So I've got some new vises, and one needs a handle. So I'm making a handle. You can see my finger a little bit. You see the red paint here. This was a piece of metal I saw in a forecourt of a place where I was dropping some stuff off. And I says to the company owner, do you want that metal? It was a bit bent up and what have you. It's about 8 foot long, but it was all bent up. This is one of the straightest pieces out of it. It looks like the safety guard off of a tail lift on a 7.5 ton truck, which has been mangled up and broken off. You know, when you push your crates out of the 7.5 ton truck onto the tail lift, and they have like a flip up gate. Well, this looks like one of those off a really old one, because they're all aluminium these days, but this looks like a really old one. Painted red. Mangled. He said, yeah, take it. So I thought that'll do for a vice handle. It's steel. I just started cutting into it, and I don't know if you can see how terrible that finish is. I don't think you can quite appreciate it. It is terrible. Let's get a torch down to get it better. It's like sandpaper, it takes your nail away. It's terrible. The finish is absolutely horrid. Now I am doing a fast feed at the moment, but dear me, where my finger is here. Bring you around and get onto that. Look at the state of that. So I don't think putting high speed steel with a large nose radius is going to do a lot for that at all. That's like rubbing your hand across a file. So I am going to make a shear tool. So as a vice handle, it should suffice. I mean, if it does give, it's going to give. But let me show you the vices I got. Warning, this is in an undecorated, beaten up house. So this is the vice, or one of the vices. I got 4 of them. And this is the vice we're looking at. You can see the handle has got no ends on it. And it's a bit loose. I don't think that was the original handle. That's probably EM3 as well. So yeah, I've got that lovely little table there as well. Lovely, and the two of the vices there. I don't want to show too much because it's a bit disgusting where we are. But there we go. This is a 6-inch Woden vice. I'd love to turn it over, but I just let me turn it over. So there she is, turned over. And it's a 180A/8A. I haven't got a clue what that means, but it does look like it's hardly being used, or it's had a new set of jaws put into it. It's not a quick release vice, so that's probably why it hasn't been used very much. I think if I clean all this rust off here, I might even be able to do that with a wire wheel. And I think just cleaning the paint off with some light solvent, WD-40, Geyser duck oil, whatever it takes, lube it up, protect all the surfaces again. I think I've got a 6-inch vice waiting to go. The other ones are ballsed. This thing's a rusty mess. This is a 6-inch record steel vice. It's good vice and all that. It looks pretty good, all working order. Lever's good on it and everything. That's nice. Compound sign table for the mill. Another Woden vice there. That one's a 5.5-inch vice, another steel vice, and then a princess vice, or whatever it's called. I don't know what it is. I can't remember. Prince vice or something like that. All these are going to be going into the... Oh, this Woden has got a broken handle, I've got to repair that. I think this one isn't too bad. It's got a few bad things. Someone's tried to... I didn't realise which way the lever went. You can see the releasing lever there, it's all bent. So I think what they did was they tried to bend it the wrong way, or tried to force it the wrong way, and the lever snapped off. Because they're stupid. They didn't think about going the other way. Of course, the first time I used a Woden vise, I thought it went the wrong way. And tried to go the wrong way, and I wish I didn't force it too much, because mine isn't broken. And this Princess vise, whatever it's called, I don't know, it's a Prince. So look, you can see what it's down there. Oh, was it Parkinson? It's a Parkinson vise, #1 Parkinson vise, and it's 4.5 inch. Very nice. And look at the handles that are bent on that. I'm sure that'll straighten up that handle. Bit of heat. Yeah, it's been abused, hasn't it? Yeah, the record vice has got a bent handle as well. It's not as bent, but yeah, these will be nice. So this is after grinding the angle. That's where the tool sits. So I've got a back rake of whatever that rake will be there. I've got that at 14 degrees, I think. And then I've got that at anywhere between 8 and probably when it's curved, the shape of the wheel. I think we'll leave it like that. Then there'll be different cutting angles all the way down it. I don't know what from and what to, but there will be some different cutting angles on that. And what I'm trying to do now is I'm honing the front edge with diamond, like I always do. I know you're not supposed to use diamond, but I use diamond. I'm getting all the grinding marks out. Once all the grinding marks out, it should be just about flat. That's what I'm doing at the moment, and that's 5 minutes. And that's another 5 minutes. Right, and that's another 5 minutes, and finger ache is getting the best of me now. I can't be bothered to do any more than that. It's really hurting. So we'll give that a miss for a few hours and just try at that. Get a good focus on that. There's just a little bit left. Right, here we go. Let's see if we can get an angle on this. So I'm just going to touch off and engage the feed. So make sure the feed's the right way for a start. Which way is it going? It's going the right way. Take it out of back gear. Do a touch and we'll get going. See what this is doing then. This should be taking off little shavings. See what we're getting. Maybe not enough. Let's give it another thou. And here we go, it's cutting. The feed engaged, disengaged. Oh, good grief. try and get the cardboard to collect it. Speed it up a little bit and see what she goes like. See if she likes that. Protested a bit for a start. I'm getting extremely long chips come off on this, extremely long little spindly things. Yeah, you can see them gathering. I think it's doing what it's supposed to do. Oh, good grief. Yeah, we've got the steel wool trick. I'm saying that stuff, that's definitely steel wool. That's going to be good for buffing stuff with, giving it a good buffering. There we go. Steel wool. Lovely stuff. Don't know what it's doing to my fingers, but there we go, carry on going. Yeah, that's better. So we'll put on tooth out. And now it's petered out. And now it's cut in half a circle, so the tailstock wasn't right. So I'm just finishing the shaft up. I'm going to polish it with some wet and dry. It's not quite perfect. I've took the centre out now because the shaft isn't so long. And I'm just trying to match this end of the shaft up. See how smooth it is. Clearly I just pulled back on the tool post. Well, I'm starting to get shavings again, so I've got some more wire wool coming off of it, so it looks like it's starting to cut again properly. And the smoothness, it's not quite what it was, it's not bad. Yeah. Not quite. A little nip to it. And he took off 4 thou. He got 3.5. 13. 13.5. Okay, another 1, 2 thou, and see what happens. Bit of oil this time. Did the oil make the difference required? Yeah, it feels pretty even. Okay, so I finished the shaft. I was catching me wire wool on that. It is not perfect, but I have hardly done any sanding at all on that, and it's pretty good, pretty good indeed. Let's have a look what we've got. $6.28. 6.28, 6.28.5, 6.28, 6.27.5. So within a thou all the way down. So I've been hunting around, and the best bits of metal I could find for making bar ends with, the Vise handle lens, was this bit at 800 or something, and this at 1.25 inches. That would be perfectly fine, but it's just not long enough, and it's got a hole through the centre, through the side of it. That was solid. I would make do with that, but that can do one. So I'm going to use some gold rolled, and I won't be cutting the face with the shear tool, will I? No, I will not. And I'll put some high speed steel in, face it off with a centre in it, and something's happened to my tool. Maybe. I'm pretty certain this steel could take the drilling forces required, but you know what's happening, don't you? It's ejected. There we go, let's try that. Well, that looks pretty good. Until that happens. Yeah. These centre drills are crud. Everything looks great until you snap the end of your centre drill off. Again. So I've got this little carbide drill. Try and fetch it out with that. How close am I? Pretty close. It's probably going to jig at the end of this up now, but I can sharpen this. I can't sharpen carbide. I think it just fell out. That was hot, very hot. Oh, I'm back to a flat surface again. Shall I risk another centre drill in it? 650. I reckon about 800. I think we'll go for 850 to make them really bulbous and big and look like they're solid, although they're made out of cheapo steel. Just adjusting the camera. There we go. So that means I'm going to come back 1.6 inches. That's 800, that's 1.6. Oh, you beauty. So we'll give it a bit to there. Oh yeah. That's the way to do it. Point at it with your finger and hope that you get it in the right position. About there somewhere. This is 1.5, so I will touch off at that. There's my touch, 0 out. Let's see if we can take out a 40 thou depth of cut. Yeah. Sometimes your gearbox works if you engage the gears, eh? Going to increase the feed up to what we can on this one. very tight now, proper tight, so just make sure I'm not going too far, shouldn't be. So that's down to 300. So we'll go to 10, 20, 30, stick at 30 because that's a pretty handy amount of material removal. 30 thousandths. I think you get the message. I'm just going to carry on doing that until I get it down. And the finish on that is pretty good at 30 thousandths, so if it carries on being that good, well, if it carries on being that good, I'll just give it a quick lick with some wet and dry afterwards, because for this, that is pretty good. Right, I'll leave it till our next bit. I have sawn that bit off. And I've got to do the other end. So it'd be like two nuts joined, or two vice handle end knobs joined together in the centre with the open ends sticking outwards. These are going to be pressed on with Loctite, and if they decide they're going to fall off at some point, then I will drill the ends out and flood weld the hole to the shaft and then tidy it up then. Okay, there she is. Don't want to bore you too much with just a vice handle. So the cap on this side, it's 1 thou interference on there. The cap on that side, I didn't really know what interference was, it was bloody tight. Anyway, to get that on, I've put Loctite inside it, Loctite 648. It's a right tight press fit that was, I had to whack it on with a hammer. And it's definitely gone from about there to there. Should have measured it really. I'll put it on, but not to worry. So obviously I don't want to put the other end on yet, otherwise I can't install it into the vise. So we'll just put it on loosely for a start. It just starts. So this side might not be good enough, but there we have it, a vice handle, and the length of which is quite long. It's going to be about a centimetre short of that. It's about 40 centimetres. Want to see something unusual? That's unusual. Oh my good night. Is this really happening? Yes it is. I am not touching yet, but I have a feeling that when I get further out I will be touching. There'll be some touching in a minute. Oh, I'm quite surprised at that. I was fully expecting some £10. Yeah. Another £10. Here she comes. £5. Stop it, gearbox reverse. Engage. Engage. Look, no hands! Power feeding. So I've squared up the edges and now I'm facing the faces. And power feeding. Both hands are free. I think we could do this a bit faster. It's gone quiet, so I shall put on another cut. best of finishes. It never really is when I do this. I keep on trying different things. Right, it's a bit of a mess going on here, but what we've got is the plate which I am making for the Woden Vise. And I want this into the centre so I can bore it. There's a little hole drilled here and a hole drilled here, and they correspond exactly to the two holes on the other plate. So this is the cover plate and that's the bearing plate, or the spacer. I don't think it's a bearing, I think it's just a spacer, but this is a bit over elaborate for a spacer. So I've got that in there now. I think we'll all agree that's definitely in there. Ish. And I'm just going to nip this up a little bit more because, well, it needs nipping up. And I think you'll see that it's way out of square. So we'll unlock the quill. That is pretty close. You can see the needles hardly moving there. And that's the high there. Okay, so yeah, it is loose. I wonder it's the high now. That's the high. And that is perfect. Oh, I thought this might be fun. This is a 29mm drill. It's the biggest reduced shank drill I've got. Never used it before. It's quite sharp. Should be in the drill nicely. We'll turn the VFD down to something slow, and then we'll try and stick this through it. Try. I don't know if this will work. I think this was a bit of a wet dream, this drill, for this kind of setup with a Morse taper one, but you never know. If I step drill up to it, I could probably do it. That's a 30mm drill that's just gone into it. I think this is a bit of a wet dream. Yeah, it's just rubbing. I can't put enough pressure on it. It's just rubbing. Still, it was funny to have a go with it. I'll try and step drill it a little bit. So we're going from 14 to 18, because that seems a bit more reasonable. Yeah, you can do that quite easily. That wasn't a problem. Yep. Oh, it's gone really tight. These get bloody tight, these do. Oh, yeah, beauty, that was tight. Yeah. This is a 25, so we're going up another few millimetres. 5mm out this time. I'll get some oil on that. No, that's not going to work. We're going to have to stop. Stop. I don't think that went in properly either. Oh, there we go. There we go. It has done it again. I don't think I'm going to do that now. This drill is mega sharp. Right. Clean the taper off. And looks in, I might whack it in. Let's get the hammer and whack it in. That taper's just undone. Taper's undone. I can't get it out, man. I can't get the drill out now. This is not going well. That drill might be stuck in there forever now. Oh, there we go. That was a mega amount of pressure on it. No, it's just broken off again. Put it in. Using my soft jaws, but they're starting to crack. They work hard, and so I will try. Get the tool post out of the way. Try and do it with these couple of bits of, oh, well, it isn't going to help me today, is it, eh? Nothing is going easy today. And guess what? You guessed wrong. On the slide jaw land, whatever, thread, whatever it be. Right, I now have a grip. Is it going to undo? Or is it going to turn? I think it's undone. I think it's already undone. I think I have looseness. Yay! We have undonedness. I'm not going to bore it because that is just interesting, to say the least. Yeah, I think that was just a wild dream, getting a 25mm drill out and hoping it would go through steel. Oh! I say it didn't fall off, it got trapped. Anyway, I've cut it out and filed it. Now I'm just cutting it to length. And the garage is coming along. We've just got to join the floors in now and put a proper roof on. One that isn't temporary. And, oh yeah, the front door and what have you, and everything else. And the Woden 6-inch vise. It's a bit rusty up here and what have you, and the jaws are a bit rusty. And, well, not that end, this end was mangled, so I went at it with a file, flattened it all out, and took that great big burr off up here from the casting process and smoothed it all out. It's still a bit on the piss up that way, but that will be okay, he says. I should be alright, just cut it on the piss. The plate that you're looking at in the thing there, there's a little bit of material at the top here. I've left a bit of material at the top so I can cut it at an angle. It might not look perfect, but it'll be right. Okay, we're on the Woden vise, repairing the Woden vise. So I've got the two plates made, and I've filed this top edge. It was a bit wonky, it's probably down to where my thumbnail is now, so I've filed all that out. So a little bit over the width of the first plate, and I've filed enough out for the bottom plate to go in amply. So this is a step in, you can see I've filed out there. And now, the bottom plate was protruding by around about 3mm. I thought, I'll stop. So I overdid it with the saw cut on the front plate, and unfortunately we're not quite getting full clean up. Top just a little bit away on the bottom of it, so they're not quite going to match up perfectly, but that is very good indeed. It'll do. This side has got a problem. It's already over level, and well, it is not enough material there. For now I'm going to live with that. Might attend to that. Oh, you're not seeing it. Might attend to that with filler or with fiberglass. Bit upset, but that's what it is. The other side is perfect, that side is not. There's nothing I can do now. I can't put what I can weld it up. I might weld it up and do it all again. Just put a bead of weld down it and dress it all up. And this side's a little bit in, so it's not great. Probably going to be redoing this again in the future, but it should be a lot easier in the future because I've got 2 templates made out. So I think, yeah, we'll just try this, see if it works, and if it does, we'll go with that. I've got all the sharp edges off the other side. Yep, just take all these off, give them a quick deburr, and we'll use them as they are. So it's a nice sunny day. I'm outside on my unfinished planter and steps in front of my solar panel array. And unfinished wall behind it. Anyway, we're finishing this today. So this is the lead screw out of the Woden vise. It's got some mushrooming here. I'm going to sort that out. And here. And if you can see, it's bent. So I've got to sort that out as well. I was expecting it to be a major task degreasing it, but looks like someone's been trying to grease it up to try and make it run smooth, although it's bent. And they left the nut loose inside as well, obviously, so it could flex around as this was flexing around. Anyway, I'm going to sort that out. So this is the setup. I'm on my 10-ton press, and yeah, there's a vise hanging on the side of it. So I've got the bowed section pointing up. I've got some hardwood with the grain going across, so it's all the grain's going that way, so it can't split easily across the wood. So now I'm just going to pump. And yeah, well anyway, now I've got it to go a little bit, you can see that it looks straight now, so I'm coming to the yield point. But the problem I'm getting now, I'm getting too big of a bearing surface here, so I'm just going to flip this piece of wood so it's got a point contact now instead of a flat point contact. I'm just going to give it one more pump as it is, just 2 more pumps like that. Anyway, let's take it out and see if we've got any. I didn't go past the yield point, it's gone back in again. Let's give it one more. I wanted to get a bit more out than that I did. There. Okay, that's got to have yielded. Well, it hasn't got to have, I hope it has. No. I think it's better. I shall measure it. I think it is straight now. You can probably tell in the camera better than me before I measure it. And I think there might be a bit of a bend here as well. Maybe not. I think I'm going to measure it on some V blocks and see how well I did. I think that'll do. It is not perfect, but it isn't a banana anymore. So there was 2 kinks in it, and well, I couldn't heat it up and quench it to try and pull them out, but I think I'm just going to polish it up and put it back together and see if it works good. That's what I'm going to do. So I'll just hand file the burrs off around here. No more burrs, I've done the other side as well. Now this rusty thing needs cleaning up. Sandpaper, I think I'm going to get some emery cloth and do the old 1-2, wrap it round it halfway, and then just spin it around until it's done, and then I'll just do that by hand. Yeah. And I don't know about this burr here, I might attack this burr, but if I stick it in the lathe, I might stick it in the lathe first, just chuck it up here and have that long section there flinging out like that, so if I can get this straight, and then just take that burr off with the lathe. Might do that. Things are going swimmingly. I'm getting there. It's a nice thing. I want to get in. I want to get in there. I've got it there a little bit, but still quite rusty. So I need a flat wheel, and I've got this piece of snotty steel which I've used in the past. I'm just going to cut that awful thing off and put a slot in it, and we'll have a flat wheel. Yes, I'm out of breath. That steel is tough. It's just wrecked me saw blade. And that was a backhoe made in Sweden. 18 T. Oh, no wonder I'm using my 18 TPI. We're idiots. I should have used my 32 TPI, not to bother. That's an aluminium blade knackered. Not to worry. It's done the desired effect. And it was pretty quick, but there's sparks coming off, which means the blade's knackered. Okay, flapping. So there we go. There is less rust inside there now. It's better. That side's better than that side. Don't ask me why. But it's near enough straight. It is clean enough to reinstall. All it needs now is a handle. And there we have it. The handle is installed. Doesn't mean the handle is in properly. The end still comes off. That needs pressing on, or it's going to be beat on with a copper hammer with Loctite in it. It just sort of catches on the end a little bit, makes it look like it's on. So now all that's required is rebuild the vise, check it out, see if it works properly. Okay, so it is together. I have fitted it all and it is on. It doesn't look too bad, to be fair. It's looking better all the time. Problem is, where it is, beautiful, but it gets to a point where it's a bit stiff there. So that is not perfect. It wouldn't even turn before. You'd have a little bit of free play and then the rest would be just complete seizure. So I took the shaft out and straightened it some more. And now I have only got around about 20 thou of float at the end of the shaft. Right at the end there's about 20 thou of float, right at the end. And it's a little bit crooked in the centre. There's a couple of, because it was bent in a few places basically. I don't know how it got so bent, but there we go. Might have been out of another vise. Anyway, I'm reasonably happy at that, and I'll show you why in a minute. But what I'm going to do now is the lead nut down the bottom, I'm going to tighten it up into so it's tight, rock solid, how it should be, and see if it still turns. Well, this vise is back serviceable again. It now works with one hand, no problem. Obviously it's going to tip over in a minute. Winds out, wonderful. Winds back in. Obviously it needs a bit of lubrication. There's a bit of end float there, but I don't think that really matters. So there's a bit of wear in the screw, and there's a bit of play in my thing as well. But that is completely serviceable now. So I've got some lubrication on it. And stick the handle in, bolt it down, and that'll be usable. Now, as you can see, I've not painted it, and I don't intend to paint it because it is painted, if you see what I'm saying. I just wanted to get this one back working again. I've got 4 of these, and this one looked like it was pretty much okay. And to be fair, you know, it's got a bit of batter marks on it. It's being used, but it's a big powerful vise and it works, so I'm going to use it. So I'm going to whack the handle in, bolt it down, and she'll be ready to rock. So it's getting late in the day now, and it is still not quite calling. It operates wonderfully with your hand, obviously with no vice handling yet, and then it starts getting stiff about there every half turn, and that's stiff. It will go all the rest of the way out. I'm just seeing where it's catching. Yeah, I think it's catching at the front here again. So it's binding there. I think it's binding there. The vice goes into it, it's always falling out, so yeah, you want to be working that far out here. Should we measure that? Give you a taster of how big the vice is. So that's spread out to 8 inches, and obviously it will go further than that, but I don't know how much further. I think that's the limit at the moment because I'm going to be damaging stuff if I force it. So I'll probably go out to 9 inches maximum, but I wouldn't like to go any further than that. And obviously it's a 6-inch jaw. I think I like the big handle. I think I'm going to keep it that length. I like it like that. It's a bit unwieldy, but it makes it look impressive. That's really easy, basically, as it is. This needs lubrication and paint on this. Lubricate the lead screw, paint this. And all the time. Yeah. Not to leave that in there. All the time, not to leave. This is still like that. A little bit dirty, nice edge on it, and big elastic and punch these until you punch it and then down the end, and then you'll punch it and then just lift up a little bit. About 20 thou wiggle. At the end it's pretty straight here. And right at the end there it's got like this much. There's a bit kinked one way and a bit kinked the other. It's alright, nearly there. Basically done.